Welcome, good people, to the Formula K go-kart track in Benoni. And we are here to ride this. It's a Kawasaki Super Motard. The chassis is a narrow light number that was originally part of an innocent KX250F. Now somebody has crowbarred a KX500 two-stroke motor into it and turned it into Motard Godzilla. This is the man responsible. His name is Jack Black, or as he is better known here in South Africa, Jacques Swat. And he has done some good work. Then we get to the motor itself. It's from a 1988 KX500, except Jacques has cleverly mounted a starter motor. More so, he's replaced the standard electronic system with one from a KTM 300 Enduro bike. That way it has a charging system and a battery for the electric start. What's significant about this particular day is that Jacques is bravely letting us film at this bike's inaugural ride. That's right, it's the first time at a circuit. To try it out, we have our old friend Jason Vessels, whom you might remember as the Motard nutter who rode the KTM 890 SMT with us. He was the first to leave the pits and looked somewhat more timid than his usual Motard stunts. We are guessing this thing should be a handful. Second in the hot seat is Doran Loureiro, the SI Motard champion and former world supersport racer. Even he, who is famous for his wheels hardly ever being in alignment, took it easy, apart from a little wheelie or two. Then it was time for the saggy journalist to have a go.
It's like riding a tiger. That's how I feel right now. Okay, easier first.
I wasn't pushing hard, and with good reason.
Now my dad, in the 80s, did something similar. He took a CR500, put road wheels on it, and then raced it. And he crashed every single time he raced it. So, hey, what could go wrong? Doran was saying that the track was slippery and he was struggling to put his knee down. And if that's Doran saying that, and he's used to the bike being without its two wheels in alignment, then I'm definitely not going to try anything. Alright, let's try opening the throttle a little bit and... Oh, that is like riding a tiger. A really, really angry tiger. In fact, I heard a tiger say, this thing is so vicious, it's like riding a KX500.
For the kids wondering what the big deal is and why Dad is getting so worked up about this thing, two-strokes are not like four-strokes. There's something raw and untamed about them, especially bikes from the 80s.
I mean, a 450 Motard is probably on a dyno, I'm going to guesstimate about as strong as this. But it's like controlled. It's like, oh yeah, you want to go fast? No problem, let's go fast. This thing is like, oh really? Oh really? In fact, it doesn't say oh really, it just growls at you.
Then there's the number, 500.
There's something about 500 two-strokes. It's the word. I mean, probably by coincidence. I mean, obviously we had the Grand Prix 500s that were just known as absolute terrorists. And many an old Grand Prix racer will ache and itch on a cold winter's day because of them. And then we had the likes of the CR500 and the KX500. They used to have an actual motocross class for 500s. I mean, the main class was the 250 two-strokes. That's where the main riders rode. Mostly because they were too scared to ride 500s. The 500 class was where the nutters went. They were too nutter to become the best rider in the world. So they got on this.
More so, Jacques has had his mischievous fingers inside this motor. Apart from the starter and the electronics, the head has been slightly skimmed and the porting has been cleaned up for even better flow. The carb has been replaced by a larger, flat-side Cayenne unit. So this bike is even nuttier than the original.
It's like a game of sorry. It's like a game of dare. Every time you open the throttle, I dare you to open the throttle. Oh, there we go. I haven't regretted it yet, so that's not too bad. But two-stroke feeling through the bars, it's a very different feeling. It's like a vibration, but it's like a vibration of pure strength. It's like something's growling underneath you.
That growl is possibly an earthquake. While the motor is pure vengeance, the suspension still needs some work.
Oh, but wide here, it's okay. I haven't crashed. Don't crash, Donovan. Don't crash, Donovan. The thing is, the suspension is still essentially motocross, so that's one of the reasons why they were struggling to get it to turn. That needs some adjustment. Remember, this is the first time this bike has been ridden in anger around a racetrack. So it needs a lot of tuning. But I mean, the set is Jacques so long, well done.
Also, the carbs are running slightly rich, so while we may be on our toes now, there's still more terror to come. Overall, there's still some work to be done before this machine is ready. But when it is ready, we will have ourselves a veritable motard Godzilla.